Hey everyone, hope you're all well. It's no secret that I absolutely love bunny hops. They're my favourite trick ever. They're also one of the purest tricks you can do in my opinion. It's just you versus gravity, seeing how high you can jump. It's also one of the most vital tricks to learn if you want to be able to get good at street trials or even with mountain biking. If you're out on the trails and you want to bunny hop over a rock or a log, it's such a handy thing to be able to do. In the shows that I do, we have bunny hop comps, and the apparatus we use is actually School's high jump bars, which are brilliant. They're super strong and reliable, but they weigh a ton and they are not very good at carting about the place. So today I'm going to show you how to make your very own cheap, lightweight and portable bunny hop bar. It packs away into a bag, you can take it wherever you want. Now the great thing about this style of bunny hop bar is the bar itself is always on top. So no matter how you adjust it, it's always on top, which looks really cool because if you've got a bunny hop bar and you can only go halfway up the height of the bar, it doesn't look as good as with it being on top. So that's one advantage. It's also infinitely adjustable, so you can go millimeters if you want to. And with this system down here, you can also start as low as you want as well. So let's go back to the flat and I'll show you step by step on how to make a bunny hop bar just like this one. Right, get yourself down to a hardware store and get the following. 40mm outer diameter pipe, 2 meters times 2. Some T-junctions, 40mm inner diameter times 2. 40mm inner diameter 90-degree connectors, you need 4 of those, ideally ones that match, unlike mine. 40mm to 32mm reducer times 2. 40mm pipe clip times 2. You may have to buy a bag like I did with more than I needed. Annoying. 32mm outer diameter pipe, 2 meters times 1. And 21.5mm outer diameter flexible pipe, 2 meters, 1 of those. Lightweight flap strap, 15 by 18 by 2mm, and 2 of those. 21.5mm straight connector couplings times 3. Nuts and bolts, I just got a random bag, 5 by 10mm, you need 4 of those. And some bungee cord. It's not vital, but you'll see why I use this later. The tools you'll need is a measuring tape, for measuring, obviously. A saw, for sawing, any saw will do as long as it will cut plastic. A file, ideally one not as rusty as this. A pen for marking out your cuts and the height measurements. And some kind of screwdriver to tighten the nuts and bolts. Measure the 40mm outer diameter tube. This will be one of your uprights. The taller you make this, the higher the hop bar will be able to go, so keep in mind your hop ability. Don't forget to bear in mind the height of the T connector in this measurement as well. Bear in mind if you want to put this in the bag, the taller you make this, the bigger the bag you'll need as well. I figured for about a 1m20 height, if I did just over 60 centimeters, that should be about right. Cut where I want it to be. And that's my first upright. You then want to cut another one. Just the easiest way is just to pop the first one against the tube and mark that one the same. Now once you've cut that, you'll have 2 of your uprights. Add the T connections to the bottom and it's starting to look alright. So now we want to complete the base. The first cut I figured for the best balance and size ratio to be about 30 centimeters. I don't think this is too vital, so if you want to make it bigger or smaller, that's totally fine. Mark and measure it, you want 4 of these altogether. So now you've marked and cut, you'll have all 4. These are the first part of the base of the uprights. Now add the 90-degree connectors to the end of those and mark off your next bit of the base. I decided on 25 centimeters. Again, you can cut however big or small you want. And again, you want 4 of these. Just push these all together and you'll have the bases for your uprights. Next you want to get the 32mm tube and it should fit inside the 40mm one just like this.
get this at a good height, make sure it bottoms out on the bottom and leave a few mil at the top. You don't want to get it lost inside the tube. Mark and cut. And you want 2 of these, as these are the next parts of your uprights. And these fit inside like so, and that's halfway there. The next step is to get the reducer, and you'll see in this model it has a step, which means it can't be pushed on. So remove the step with the hacksaw, and now it should slide fairly tightly over the 32mm tube. And here you can see it's working great. It stops and is easily adjustable. The next step is to get the crossbar to fit nicely. You'll need to make a groove in the top of the post with the file so that the crossbar will sit in there nicely. So that's what it should look like when it's finished. As you can see, the crossbar now fits in there really nicely. Do the same for the other side and you'll find the crossbar fits in and won't fall out. Even when being adjusted, it should sit in there securely. Next step is to make the crossbar portable. This is entirely up to you. If you're wanting to just have your bunny hop bar at home, you don't need to do this step. But if you want to transport it and put it in a bag, then you'll need to cut the bar down. I cut it into 4 pieces and then used a file just to get rid of the burrs. And then you can get the couplings and attach them to the ends, which will allow you to rebuild the crossbar. So when it's finished, it will still be pretty strong, just allow you to disassemble it for ease of transport. Now this step with the bungee cord you don't have to do. I thought I'd give it a try. But now when you unpack it, it all keeps together. And when you want to put it back together again, it springs into place a lot easier. Just like so. As you can see, it's coming along nicely now. Just checking it all adjusts nicely, which it does. The only issue now is if you want to start low, you can't. So the next step is to fix that. So we had these pipe clips from earlier, which fit nicely around the 40mm tube. Now you could potentially just rest the bar against that, but it might fall off if you have a strong wind. So this is where you get the plates that I mentioned earlier, which should fit the clip nicely. If you file a little bit of a groove in there, that means the pole can sit in. Bolt it to the clip using the bolts we found earlier. Bolt it all together with the screwdriver. Now this also adjusts easily and the pole sits in it, no problem at all. Here's an example of a cut off from earlier. I marked off every centimetre, then I used the reducer as a guide and used a hacksaw to make a groove. I then coloured in the groove with a black pen, wiped off the excess and scratched in the numbers so they show up clearly. I then measured and marked the lower part of the hot bar, and that is the finished article. A lightweight, fully adjustable, portable bunny hop bar for around £30.
Right, so hopefully you guys managed to follow my steps on that one, and hopefully if you guys have been following it and making your own, you've now got a fully built bunny hop bar. I'd absolutely love to see your versions of it, and if you have any tips or any ways you thought could make it better, I'm all ears. Please get on my social media, show me your contraptions and any tips, put in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Personally, I'm quite proud of this thing, which means you don't have to start at that height. You can start literally as low as you want and just fine tune it again, millimetre by millimetre, as low as you want or as high as you want. Ideal. I was a bit worried this thing was going to be a bit too lightweight and get blown away, but it's actually pretty windy today. I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but it's stood still. It's not fallen over, the bar hasn't fallen off, and yeah, so far so good. I think if you wanted to, you could always add some weight into the bases just to make it a little bit more secure, but overall I'm pretty damn happy with it. Right, now that I've got a bunny hop bar, the next logical step is to do a video on how to bunny hop. So I'm going to save that to the next one. That's going to be out in a couple of days. I'm going to try my best to explain exactly how to get the super high bunny hops, the technique needed to get that tuck, and hopefully I can explain it properly. But until then, guys, I hope you have a good week. That video, when it is ready, I'm going to link up in this corner here. But until then, please go and click that one over there, which is the subscribe button. Go and check out my other videos, and hopefully you like my page and will subscribe. But until then, guys, keep an eye out for my bunny hop video. Have a good week, be fluent, and yeah, see you next time, guys. See ya.